Welcome to Lesson 3 of the Pharmacy Pearls Opioid Overdose Education video series. In the previous video, we discussed opioid overdose. In this lesson, we'll review how to recognize one. The signs of an opioid overdose include blue skin tinge, usually lips and fingertips show first. The body becomes very limp and the face very pale. The pulse or heartbeat is slow, erratic, or not there at all. Sometimes a person will be throwing up or passing out. There may be choking sounds or a gurgling, snoring noise. Breathing is very slow, irregular, or has stopped. And finally, a person is unable to respond. Remember that if someone is making unfamiliar sounds while supposedly sleeping, it is worth trying to wake him or her up. Many bystanders think a person is snoring, when in fact the person could be overdosing. Sometimes it is difficult to tell if someone is overdosing or if he or she is just really high. Here are some clues on how a responder might be able to tell the difference. When a person is really high, their muscles become relaxed and their speech is slow or slurred. They are sleepy looking and will be responsive to stimuli such as shaking, yelling, sternal rub, etc. Additionally, their pulse and skin tone will be normal. Whereas during an overdose, a person is more likely to have pale, clammy skin, very infrequent or no breathing, deep snoring or gurgling, also called the death rattle. They are not responsive to stimuli. They will most likely have a slow pulse, as well as blue lips and/or fingertips. In order to determine if the individual is experiencing an overdose, the most important things to consider are presence of breathing and responsiveness to stimulation. There are some relatively harmless ways to stimulate a person. These strategies include yelling their name, and if they do not respond, rubbing knuckles over the upper lip or up and down the front of the rib cage, called a sternal rub. If an individual responds to these stimuli, they may not be experiencing an overdose at that time. It is best to stay with the person to make sure he or she wakes up. It is possible that the person could later become unresponsive and in need of help. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you're now comfortable recognizing an opioid overdose. In the next edition of the Opioid Overdose Education video series, we'll discuss how to respond to an opioid overdose. While you're here, please show your support for Pharmacy Pearls by signing up for my mailing list and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Take care.